Hey, what's going on, Pokemon fans? So welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center, another day and another video. But in today's video, we're looking at Galarian, Obstagoon, and also Sableye, but with something from Rebel Clash, and that's new Appletun with Delicious Aroma ability that says once during a turn you might flip a coin, and if it's heads, you can switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon with their active Pokemons. With their active Pokemon. Solar Beam can be used for 70, but we are not running a single Grass Energy in this deck, so we're just not gonna bother with the attack. It is a very good rogue deck, I can definitely say that, but it's a very interesting and funny deck to play. Especially with the Obstagoon ability, which is pretty much well known, the same as the old OG Crobat, as well as Zigzagoon. What makes this deck so funny, so good as well, is definitely a new card that's being printed in the Rebel Clash. It is a Scoop Up Net. Put one of your Pokemon that isn't Wii or GX in your hand and discard all other cards. So with Scoop Up Net, basically we can just grab Galarian, Zigzagoons, and Obstagoons back to our hand, and we can just repeat and replay them over and over and over again. So we can just set up the crazy close numbers for the knockout. I mean, 10 plus 60 for each damage counter, let's be honest. If you play one Zigzagoon and one Obstagoon, that's already 4 damage counters. That's like 240 plus 10, it's 250. I mean, it's just way too broken. One hit knockout against almost everything for 2, even 3 price cards against some tag team Pokemons and Wii Maxes. I mean, really super strong. Especially with this Delicious Aroma. Kind of like it. It's really funny. I enjoy playing it, and it's super strong. I mean, it's a very nice rogue deck with really good techs. I mean, there's a Ditto as a tech, there is a Mew as a tech, so with Bench Barrier we can prevent simply, Pika from sniping on the bench. The only card that I actually didn't consider including in this build, but the one card that I should include, might be a Mimikyu, but since I'm running Obstagoons and also a Counter Gain and Energies and BDs, Mewtwo can easily be beaten up by the Obstagoons anyways with that Abstract, so I don't know, somehow I don't feel it's necessary to run it. But yeah, I mean, also with Eldegoss Wii and with the Din GX, we can just grab either way, support it from discard pile and use it, or maybe just discard hand and draw 7. So yeah, speaking about setup, 1 Ditto, 4 line of Zigzagoon, known, an Obstagoon, additionally 3 Sableye Wiis, 2 Applins, 2 Appletuns, 1 Eldegoss Wii, and 1 Din GX, and of course 1 copy of Mew. For setup, 4 Quick Ball, 4 copies of Evolution Instance, additionally 1 Ordinary Rod for Pokemon Energy Recycle, 4 copies of Rare Candy, as well as 4 copies of Scoop Up Nets, 1 copy of Black Market, really good card. I mean, when Darkness Pokemon that has any Darkness Energy to it is knocked out by damage from an opponent attack, the player takes 1 Fever Prize card, which is really good. 2 copies of BD for extra energy acceleration, 1 copy of Boss Order, 3 Marnies, 3 Researchers, 2 Roses, 1 Counter Gain, and 9 regular Darkness Energies. So yeah, this is the deck list that I will use in today's video. If you already didn't, please consider subscribing to the channel, hit the likes up as well, and let me know what you think in the comments below about this build. So let's move to some game tests, so you can actually see how this works in action, so see you in the game. Alright, so this is a very interesting approach to Sableye Wii Obstagoon build. And my opening hand looks really good. I have Zigzagoon, there is also the Din GX. Additionally, I also have Marnie, Research, and 2 copies of Rare Candy. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna Quick Ball my Research. I will keep Rare Candies, and I'm thinking about grabbing myself potentially Sableye. Yeah, definitely. And in addition to that, I'm gonna scoop up net my Zigzagoon, put 1 damage counter on my opponent Groki, and pass the turn. I'm not gonna go with energy attachment for this turn neither. I will consider discarding both rare candies. Somehow I feel this is not a good idea, especially if I will need to spread the damage around and potentially try to knock out Rowlet and also Rillabooms. So turn 2 I can always use Marnie. I can probably play potentially the Dean after Marnie. So that's one of the options as well. But it's kind of important to keep rare candies because rare candies are going to be important flow in this matchup, especially versus heavily HP loaded VMAX Pokemons. It's not easy for Sableye to one-hit knockout 340 HP Pokemon. In order to do that, Sableye actually needs 6 damage counters on that VMAX Pokemon, and it's not easy to put 6 damage counters. I mean, let's be honest, that's like 2 Obstagoons in play, and in order to play Obstagoon, you definitely need to have 2 rare candies available for much faster setup. Considering also maybe Life Forest on the other side for additional hail support and stuff like that, definitely not going to be easy. Once during each play turn, they play my search their deck for a evolution, grass Pokemon, and real and put in their hand. So I only run 1 stadium card, which means that I will have pretty much hard time finding myself a stadium. So Zigzagoon for 1 damage and that Rillaboom V. Additionally, there is a energy card, and I'm gonna use Scoop Up Net as well. Place 1 more damage counter, and I'm looking forward to use Quick Ball for the Dean GX, so I can expand my board a little bit more, potentially even get a rare candy Obstagoon in play, which is not gonna be the case. Not gonna be the case. Okay, so I'm gonna put the Ditto in play. The Ditto play will be just to basically mislead my opponent. So let's go with the load search and let's see what we can put back into our hand. I'm considering going with, I think Scoop Up Net is okay. I think that's a good play. Let's be honest. With Scoop Up Net, I can return back Zigzagoon into my hand and place 1 more damage counter on my opponent Rillaboom. So potentially, what my opponent might not see will be the Delicious Aroma ability, and I might just knock the Rillaboom out next turn. I might even knock the active Rowlet Alone Executor. Who knows? We shall see. So that was a super growth, and right now my opponent managed to put Ooh, what a nice top deck. Okay, I think right now it's good to go with the black market. Boom, there we go. There's a surprise, and I have 2 Scoop Up Nets. So I'm gonna definitely put 1 damage counter on Rowlet. Additionally, I think I can go with 1 more damage counter on Rowlet as well, and with the Marnie play. Alright, so I was... Oh, I'm short for 10. Seriously? Yes, I am. I am short for like 10. Because 5 and I'm hitting for... Oh no, I'm hitting for 300. That's okay. I could even... It's, let me see, 60 for each damage counter. I mean, I can grab 3 prize cards and knock the Rowlet out, so I don't need to worry too much about Rillaboom V. Rillaboom V, I mean, Tropical Hour can knock me out, but this bad boy can't knock me out, so let's just go with the knock against Rowlet and Alone Executor. I mean, let's be honest. Evolution Incense, gonna grab myself Obstagoon just in case. And I'm gonna Crazy Claw for 310, so it should be enough for the knockout. and for 3 prize cards. So there's a Quick Ball, Zigzagoon, and what else we can get? A Rare Candy. That's okay, so I definitely benefit from taking Obstagoon in my hand, no question about it. And I'm waiting to see what my opponent will do next. So he might just decide to float up and hit for 50 and basically shuffle Eldegoss way back to the deck. This might be the case. Rillaboom can definitely power up that float up. So maybe my opponent prepared to do something like that. What I'm going to try to do first next turn will probably be a Delicious Aroma for knocking against this Rillaboom with 1 energy card, and that might be a very important step to the week 3. I also need to set up as fast as possible another Sableye, otherwise if my opponent surprises me with a knockout against my Sableye, I'm gonna be in a huge disadvantage just because I won't be able to set up back Crazy Close that easily without BD and basically 2 energies. Which is gonna be nearly impossible because I already placed that Dean and Diddy change on the bench. So let's just wait a moment and see what's gonna happen next. No, it looks like my opponent just gave up. At least it looks like that he gave up. So I'm gonna just throw the boss order, grab the Rillaboom, put the Rare Candy Zigzagoon in play. Actually, Obstagoon. Actually, yeah, let's just go with the Crazy Close for now. That should be enough. I mean, I can take 2 more prize cards and next time I just try to finish the game. I mean, I will need some extra damage for sure, but I'm thinking about maybe trying to finish the game, knocking the Rillaboom out. So far, I won't be able to finish the game, so I might just consider using the Load Search and recycling back some of my Scoop Up Nets back to my hand. But overall, I'm not quite sure why my opponent decided not to continue playing this game. Really interesting. Maybe he didn't expect that Roland and Alana's Exeggutor would be knocked out that easy, and yeah, maybe he's just AFK. Maybe he's just AFK. I think that he is AFK. It looks like that he is AFK. Yeah, that's bad because this game was really good. And there's the Rillaboom with the Hammer in and Voltage Beat ability, but I think that's it. Probably we're just gonna focus on the game number 2, and for now, I guess we should just focus on the game number 2. Can I try to knock my opponent out next turn? Maybe if I can find myself another Scoop Up Net. Because I have Zigzagoon available in my hand, I can put it on the bench. I can use Evolution Incense, I can Quick Ball, and I can Marnie, and potentially with that combination of cards, I think I can do a pretty decent job. I'm not sure why my opponent didn't try to float up turn before. He just decided to keep it. Alright, can we maybe take a look at our opponent deck list? Yes, we can. 4-3-3 line of Rillaboom, Rillaboom VMAX, only 1 Rillaboom VMAX, 1 Eldegoss V, 1 Dedenne, 1 Roland. Alright, seems to be interesting deck list. Oh, he even played that. That's a troll deck. That's a troll card. I mean, who plays that? Let's be honest. Alright, let's move on to game number 2. Alright, so would you like to go first? Well, let's say no. Starting with the Ditto. And there's a Appletun in my opening hand. 2 Evolution Incense, so kind of regret that I didn't go first. Well, it is how it is. At least I can use Quick Ball and probably go for the Dean and drop some cards. I see, okay, Giraffe Rig, there is ADP as well. So is this an ADP Zacian deck? The clear answer to that question is yes. So there's a Primate Wisdom and Energy with that big charm already. Alright, time to put one damage counter. And let's be honest. I'm not gonna be in a position to attack yet. I have really good hand. Okay, for the moment I thought that I made a mistake, but everything is just fine. I discarded energy instead, but that's just clearly good. I can put another Zigzagoon in play, which means that I can apply more pressure. Meanwhile, I'm gonna scoop Ditto into my hand, promote that Sableye on the bench. And what should I do next? I have Boss Order available, not usable, Evolution Incense, Scoop Up Net, or a Quick Ball. Something tells me that I might should just go with... Okay, I'm gonna put Ditto on the bench just in case. Load Search, I don't have supporters, so Eldegoss just means nothing to me. Evolution Incense, on the other hand, looks like a good play, but I think I'm just gonna go with that. Yeah, I mean, you can just put the trainer card, so let's go with a Scoop Up Net, shall we? I could go with Evolution Incense as well, so I can evolve my Appletun. Maybe Rare Candy can be the top deck, so that can be good. I guess that's just not gonna happen. At least with the Scoop Up Net, I can return again Zigzagoon. I wish I could return back the Dean so I can play Daddy Change one more time, but just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Private Wisdom, will my opponent be in a position to use really important Ultimate Ray and alternate creation? He put the Dean on the bench, so there might be a switch. If we see the switch, this might be a game over for me almost instantly. Oh, not even worse. There's a Crushing Hammer, so he even denied my energy card. I mean, let's be honest. He denied my energy. If he hits me with that Alterate Creation and with, you know, Ultimate Ray, that's gonna be devastating for me. So, ooh, there's the... Oh my gosh, there's a Marnie. Alright, so 4 new cards. I managed to find myself a Marnie. There's the order pad, so it should be a switch, or at least, yeah, a switch, of course. I thought my opponent also might play those. Yeah, never mind, switch. Okay. Scoop Up Nets, and yeah, the problem is that right now he basically hits me with that Alterate Creation GX, and next turn he's hitting me for 180, and I need to find a way to do something out. Well, I can remove the stadium from play, and my stadium should be removed immediately as well. I'm gonna evolve my Ditto here, and what I'm gonna do next, I'm just gonna Marnie. And with the Marnie, I'm even helping my opponent. There's a Rare Candy Mew. That's just not what I need. So I'm gonna prepare my... Nah, I mean, I don't have cards in my hand, so unfortunately I'm forced to use the Marnie. I mean, still, I can prevent I can stop my opponent with the Obstagoon. That's okay, that's for sure. He wastes one custom catcher. He plays probably 4 custom catchers, maybe even 1 or 2 boss orders. But the only thing that he needs is just to knock it against Sableye, and then just knock it against Dean, and the game is over. So if he miss energy this turn, then I still have decent chance to do something, maybe even to one-hit knock at this ADP. But if I manage to one-hit knock at this ADP, then the game will be over for my opponent, that's for sure. I don't see how he can actually return from this knockout. But if he misses knockout, yeah, he won't miss the knockout against Sableye, so that should be really, really, really hard. Really, really hard time for me. What am I going to try to do here? Is there a way to do something out in this matchup? I think it is. I think it is. Definitely not going to be easy, but I will do my best. So, there's a Beatty. Interesting. Interesting top deck. But it's just not the card that I need, so I'm just gonna Marnie. And Okay, there is Obstagoon. But that is just not what I need. I need more than that. I can Night Slash, and I can Night Slash to my Zigzagoon. And I can hope for the best next turn. I'm gonna evolve Obstagoon, I'm gonna attach energy and probably use Marnie. Yeah, probably that's just gonna be the way to go. If my opponent don't find himself a custom catcher. If he find himself a custom catcher, then the game is over. Even worse. Oof, that was a Pokemon catcher. Let's be honest, who plays Pokemon catcher these days? Pokemon 34 to knockout, and boom, he's down to 1 prize card. And right now, it's time to survive somehow this game. I think he actually made a mistake, didn't trying to put energies, at least 1 energy to one of his Pokemons. Well, maybe that's just me. Who knows? Let's see. Quick Ball into the another Zigzagoon, so I can put 1 damage counter on that Zacian on the bench and reshuffle my opponent hand down to 4 with so many Marnies. I actually have a really good chance to disrupt my opponent, so he won't be in a position to set up. Meanwhile, some damage counters for Zacian. With Ordinary Rod, I will do the both things. I will recycle back 2 of my Pokemons as well as 2 of the energies. And then I'm gonna Obstruct. So I'm heading for 90, and basically next turn ADP can't attacks. I mean, it can attack, but it can't deal a single damage to Obstagoon. Same thing apply for the Zacian. So yeah, if I decided to put 4 more damage counters on ADP, still I wouldn't be in a position to knock ADP on my next turn because of that giant, of the big charm. So that's catch. But there's a Mellow and Lana. Okay, that Mellow and Lana actually makes things so much difficult because my opponent healed 120 damage from ADP. So still, I will need 3 more hits against that ADP in order to knock him out. The good thing is that my opponent is down to 1 card. There's Interpreted Sword for 3 cards. There is a Scoop Up Net, so that was actually a perfect top deck, I should say that. Really it was. Really it was. 90, 140, 130, 220, so I'm gonna go against that ADP, and then I'm gonna throw the Research for 7, and there's gonna be a counter gain, as well as the energy card, and I can Obstruct my opponent 1 more time for 90. Hopefully he don't have custom catchers. Unfortunately, I don't have another Marnie. So without another Marnie, there is a good chance that with another play of Intrepid Sword, my opponent will draw a pair of custom catchers, and then he will just win the game. Alright, let's see. There's the Research, so he can draw 7 fresh cards, and he only needs 2 of them, and both of them needs to be custom catcher. Otherwise, I can still win this game. And the moment I manage to evolve my Appletun, the moment I manage to do that, I'm gonna be in a position to just, you know, catch whatever I want from my opponent bench. And that's crazy thing. So, there is another Obstagoon. I'm heading for, yeah, the Zacian should be knocked out anyways. Should I try to prepare knockout maybe against ADP with my Sableye? Let's go YOLO, guys. Let's try to do that. Research for 7, and I'm searching for Sableye plus energy. And so far, I managed to find myself a Sableye. There we go. And an energy, and that abstract hits for 90. That's enough for the knockout. I can take 2 prize cards. There is a energy card as well as another Sableye. Not the card that I really need, but still, I'm in a very good position. I can basically equal the game next turn if my opponent misses the opportunity to catch something on my bench. And the best thing is that I can knock ADP out with my Sableye Wii. So there is a quick ball, and this might be for the Dingy X. It might even be for another Zacian, and it should be for the Zacian, of course. So that actually changed the plan a little bit, because I need to deal with one more Zacian again. And yeah, that's actually a problem. That's a huge problem. Still, he needs to attack, or maybe he just decides to go with another Intrepid Sword. We shall see. I would personally consider going with Intrepid. Ooh, that's the Risa stamp. That's the Risa stamp. Just down to 4 and some energies to be attached on the Zacian. Huh. Alright. I mean, I can attach energy, that's for sure. I can scoop up net. My Obstagoon, and how many... I have Boss Order available. Do I want to put some pressure on his Zacian? That is a very good question. 90, 80? Actually, I need. That Zacian actually gave my opponent an opportunity to be in a game for a couple more turns. So 190, 250, 260, 290, not enough. I was thinking about just retreating my Obstagoon, attacking my opponent ADP with my Sableye, crazy close, knocking it out, and leaving my opponent down to down to 0 Pokemon with energy cards. But then he managed somehow to find a Zacian, put it into play. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Delicious aroma. I flipped the heads. I think I can maybe even try to go for Ranguru, but I will rather go for the Zacian. And I will obstruct that Zacian for 90. Only one giant big charm, for example. Oh, there's a great catcher. That's the GG. Well played. Yeah, I managed to deny this game a lot, but at the end my opponent just threw the great catcher and he immediately wins the game because of the ADP, unfortunately. Close game, I can definitely say that. I saw my opportunity, but unfortunately the great catcher, my opponent managed to find a great catcher. So it's interesting that he plays 3 custom catchers, 2 Pokemon catchers, and 1 great catcher. I mean, what else to say? And even a boss order ×1. That's a really interesting deck list overall. Kind of interesting approach. Cynthia's and Caitlyn, Marnie, Mellow and Lena, Research, Guzman, Hela, and how many Dedins he's playing. Only 1 Dedin and 3. Really interesting deck list. Not sure what else to say about it. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the likes up. And yeah, that's it for today's video. As I said earlier, we'll definitely see you next time. So yeah, have a nice day, and goodbye till the next video.